Malians. All right. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 1. Game number 1 in a best of 5. This is a rounds 2 matchup in the King of the Desert 2 tournament. We have MbL in the blue. He's playing as the Mayans, and then we have his clanmate Nicov in the red. He's playing as the Malians. Before this whole best of 5 starts, I want to thank everyone for showing up today. There's been a lot of people watching and supporting the channel, and obviously supporting the Age of Empires 2 community. I just want to thank MemTV for organizing the tournament. And I want to give a special shout out to Matt Just Salsa for donating at what I believe was $9,000 towards the tournament. And of course, Microsoft for finally, well, not finally getting involved, but again, getting involved in an Age of Empires 2 event. We're in an excellent time now for Age of Empires 2. So Malians versus Mayans, both strong civilizations, both for different reasons. Dave, what are you thinking going into this?
Malians are a lot more flexible, but Mayans I think they're a lot stronger in this matchup. It's so easy to do what you want to do with them, right? Every age has a smooth transition into your ideal unit composition, which is those plumed archers. Or you could go eagles if your opponent counters that, or if you have terrible stone like MbL does.
The one thing that I like about Malians is they're a bit more flexible, as you said. They have more mobility. So if they get to Cavalier, potentially, or even their light cav and imp, they have more speed. The other thing that's exciting about them is if they can get to champions, there's not a lot that Mayans can do. Because their Malian champions have 8 pierce armor, so they can beat plumes. They can beat eagles, of course. So that's definitely something to look forward to if you're Nicov. But, you know, as you said, man, Mayans are just so good if they get to anything before the Imperial Age. They have their eagles, they have their archers, and they have their economy as well. Looking at the bases now, MbL, ooh, that stone is rough. That is really tough. Where's the second stone at?
It's to the right. It's even worse.
Wait, what? I don't even see it. What? That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Malians also have the Mosque of the Djenne, so that's something they can look forward to. I like the walling potential for MbL, but there's so many hills. So many hills. He could barely build TCs in this map. And lack of stone means that he will not get the plumes anytime soon. So he could be playing into Malian strengths.
Looks like he's going forward to lame, but Nicov already has his second bore in. So
yeah,
bit uncharacteristic of MbL. Maybe there's some lag. Maybe he doesn't trust himself to lame.
I think he lames a lot less in tournaments. I think he just likes to do it. Remember in the co-op challenge? Like, MbL, was it your challenge to lame? He's like, no. I just like to lame. Laming is good.
No, yeah, he just said it like a statement. He's like, laming is good.
What? But I think he recognizes that in tournaments it is a risky move, especially if people expect it from him. So he's gone for the safer play, and I think all players will have their resources. Nikov's base, because I haven't touched on it too much, it's all right.
His golds are kind of hairy, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all right. He can wall the left, but then he'll be walling out his golds. We'll see. The main gold's fine if he builds in front of it. And I did mention the strength of Malian infantry, but normally what players are doing now is they're starting with scouts, so I think this is a great map for scouts. And I heard MbL say that he fears playing Mezzo against strong knight civs. So if Nicov gets to scouts and skirms and pushes that towards Castle Age and goes knights and skirms, could be tough for MbL. He's building the barracks already, so probably man-at-arms for him. Nicov, nah, he'll click up. At least I think so. Is he building a lumber camp, or is he building a barracks there? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not too sure yet. This looks like man-at-arms then for Nicov if he's building the barracks.
Yep, 2 on to gold, so man-at-arms to counter man-at-arms.
Okay. Well, in that case, Mayans will be just fine. They don't have to worry about that big threat of scouts being massed. And MbL is walling up the right-hand side. He will wall in that stone. Actually, is there a hole there? I think there's a hole, right?
Between the house and the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a... Dude, that's like a 2-tile hole.
I know, I questioned it because MbL should have walled that, right? Why did he leave that open? That's weird. All right, MbL has not made any militia yet. Okay, he's making them now, pushing in the zebra. Hopefully he sees there's a hole there. That would be unfortunate. Here comes the militia now from Nicov. Nicov has to be careful of the lion. And so Nicov is the one going for the aggressive play. Keeping in mind, guys, that there's free Pierce armor on the Malian infantry starting in the next stage. So this can be really helpful if you win the man-at-arms engagement.
Forward? It's coming forward with villagers?
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he sees something that he likes up here.
The stone, maybe.
Nikov's map. Maybe.
Actually, he doesn't see the stone.
Like, is he gonna go forward on that secondary stone and then push into the gold?
Well, he didn't see it. So that's the one thing. He didn't see it. He's going pretty late as well. He'll get man-at-arms now. I imagine Nicov will add a fourth, right? Or Nicov doesn't have the resources. No, there's a fourth now. So it will be 4 versus 3. Nicov has the defender's advantage. He's also sending his vills. So far, so good from Nicov. He's reacted to this very confidently, and he's even sending his villagers forward. And he'll fight it.
MbL's gonna man-at-arm kicking in right now. He's not even gonna engage this.
Nah, he can't. Yeah, it's weird. He needs to send another man-at-arm out. He doesn't have the resources for it. I just don't get the forward decision. At least being so late, you know? I guess he might have expected scouts. Maybe he was unaware. Oh, geez. Is this a Vivi game?
This is MbL. This is the one we love.
Oh, he sent more vills. And Nikov's thinking, this is fine. I'm doing fine, but now what?
Why go back? He's expecting the towers, I guess, but Nicov is only out here because you drew him out here.
Yeah. I guess MbL in the end decides he doesn't want idle villagers, and he'll send his villagers back to work. Nicov has built 2 archery ranges now. He's building his second one forward with the vills he sent. MbL is just on gold, wood, and food.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. You don't need a counter to the archers. And there's his own range.
I'm not certain about that tower from Nicov.
Yeah, what's that do? This has been a really interesting start from both. It's been a bit sloppy, like first game of the day material, you know?
Like, I guess he's just gonna make a tower to secure his forward position there, and then maybe go on that stone with those villagers since they're already forward.
Yeah, the tower does deny the it does deny the stone. MbL is going to the other stone though, something that Nicov does not know is back there. Actually, Nikov's completely blind to what's beyond the TC.
Nicov also doesn't have any, he's not on stone, and he doesn't have any stone to make a second tower. So why, what are you doing forward? Why are these villagers here?
I think he'll go to...
Where are they going?
Oh, I thought he was going to stone
No.
beyond his tower. He's still running around, who knows? MbL building a tower. This is good for MbL because he's on stone and can eventually go plumes. And Nikov's running into the TC fire. What is happening? Okay, well, it could have been worse for Nicov, but he needs to back up for sure.
So Nicov heading back with those villagers now. He's going to attack the barracks.
Forward,
okay,
blacksmith
forward. I think he's confused because I'm confused.
Well, obviously he's trying to intimidate MbL, showing MbL the blacksmith. That must be it, right? Saying, hey, I'm getting upgrades before you. In your face. Might be one of those things. And Nicov is getting fletching, but how can he damage MbL's? MbL has the tower. MbL is making skirms. Yeah, MbL's just fine, and he's also going to build a mining camp on the stone.
Like, this is what Nicov should have done with these vills about 2 minutes ago. Make a mining camp on that stone. They're already forward. And then by now you could have maybe dropped a tower. If you had got through those houses, maybe dropped it on the farms or something.
Oh, is MbL going China style? Oh, this is interesting. MbL wants to sneak up the top, and then look who's coming in. Nikov's coming in. Can MbL defend from this? No, MbL comes back. So MbL loses a villager. He left too early. And Nicov can kill another one. He will kill another one. Well played, Nicov.
Killing one under the TC as well with that archer.
What? How is that possible? How is that possible? Wait, kill it! Kill it!
Killer!
No! He double clicked his archers, I bet. But still, this is good for Nicov. He's done some real damage. He just has to avoid the tower fire.
Those Malian man-at-arms just soaking up damage from the archers.
Yeah, and oh, he kills another one. This is all very good for Nicov. Nicov has a 7 vil lead now, and he's had full map control, and he's going to place another tower soon. Just a bit questionable from both, right? Just a bit. Nicov, though, he took the initiative, went out for the attack, and has damaged MbL in a big way. I want to look at Nikov's eco to see what things are like here. Yeah, he has plenty of farms.
He's of enough for a tower now. He's battering down the house. He's going to put it right on the farms there, I think.
Yep.
But MbL already countered it.
Yeah, but MbL needs a response, right? MbL needs a response. That was funny, that weak vil underneath the TC.
The archer was standing under the TC.
I saw it. I saw it, and I figured MbL would garrison his TC, which of course he eventually did, but Nicov must not have realized it was a weak one.
Okay, there's the tower from Nicov. MbL looping around the side. Maybe wanting Nicov to commit on the right side so he can loop around and get those vills, or is he just going to go to Nikov's base?
Well, if he goes to Nikov's base, Nicov is walled up currently. Yeah. Well, MbL had the right idea earlier. He was going to counter, and he was going to defend with towers and walls, but he didn't get the walls up quick enough. And that he really paid the price for that, man. If he would have had the wall towards the tower, he would have been fine. He would be at Nikov's base right now. I don't love the tower there for Nicov, but I like Nikov's position.
The thing here with Mayans is that if you get that castle up, like if MbL stumbles his way to Castle Age,
yep,
he could come back.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy how Mayans can hang in games, and MbL has 500 food. 500 food. Chat wants me to control group that 1 HP unit, so I'm doing that. She's right there.
Chat. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Dave's already on it. Dave, you didn't even need to tell him. MbL sees walls at Nikov's base. Really nicely done. Even walling in that 1 gold. And I imagine MbL will just try and go to plumes now.
MbL garrison the towers. Oh, Nicov just went right through.
Interesting.
2 towers.
MbL? He just now garrisons. It's too late to garrison. He'll lose another villager. Now, can he get skirms there? Because if he gets skirms there, this whole army dies. This might actually be good for MbL.
He's only got archers, though.
Yeah, only got archers. He is running into Nikov's base. He's on his way up, MbL. Nicov is not, so...
And he's killing some stuff at the forward gold from Nicov, but now he has to run.
It just feels like MbL is in such a rough spot. But he's on his way to Castle Age first. Typical Mayan stuff, man.
Yeah, but he has no stone to drop that castle when he gets there.
No, he doesn't. His gold miners aren't working. But he kills Nikov's army. He will kill Nikov's army. That much is good. He's also done a great job at keeping his vills alive. Nicov gets lucky, though, and sees the stone. So I guess MbL will start with crossbows and skirmishers. Why is Nicov not up yet? Nicov is close, but...
He's dropping a market so he can go up.
Yeah, he wasn't on gold in time. That's a pretty big difference, man. Like, MbL at the very least will get bodkin arrow and crossbow. And Nicov doesn't have any response to that. 2 ranges for MbL. So I think he'll eventually get to plumes, man. And look, he has his skirmishers on the backside. He'll kill some archers. Nikov's not being careful with these. And I believe... yeah, the lions there. There's another one, too. I think that Nicov would need to run now. And I also would like to see him at a stable. Yep, he's doing that at home for when he's in Castle Age. All right.
I don't know what MbL can do with... He's adding a second TC, but what's he going to do with crossbow here in this situation?
Well, he could run out now. That's a really interesting tower from Nicov. That means Nicov can't build new town centers in the next stage.
He's back on the stone again, too. He keeps running away and then coming back.
Yeah, that's got to be annoying MbL. I agree with you, though. I think MbL, by the time he gets his crossbows forward, Nicov can make knights to clean that up. So Nicov will be just fine. MbL's 2 TCs, but man, is his economy weak. Sloppy stuff. definitely sloppier than I expected. Can only get better from here for both players. Nikov's fine at home. He will start off with 2 stable knight production. MbL needs to run. Yep, he sees the tower, he runs away, okay.
I like the use of outposts from Nicov. Really smart. There's only 2 spots that MbL could hit him, and he's got outposts at both those locations.
And he's still collecting stone at MbL's base. So he's taking stone away from mines, which is always good. And MbL knows that, or at least I believe he knows that. And Nicov knows that MbL knows, and he hops inside the tower. Well played. Okay.
Villager count almost even. MbL dropping that second TC early. Still his eco looks gross.
The farms, man. The farms are gross. Still has that farmer alive. I think that if MbL gets a few monks out, he can possibly convert any knights. The worry for him is he can't deal with elite skirm, and that's what Nicov is going for.
And Nikov's looking for this army on the left.
Yeah, and he'll find it, man. He'll find it.
That's not going to do anything to those knights.
Nikov's awareness has been on point this game. He realized MbL was coming forward and reacted. He then towered right before MbL arrived. He then found that army. And now he realizes that MbL is on this wood line, which he'll pressure. And MbL can't respond to elite skirm. It's just messy for MbL, man. He needs a castle. And I don't even know if the castle will save him, because Nicov should gain an eco lead with the amount of time he's been given. I guess MbL does have the monk here to heal the vills, so they're not dying, and his crossbows have the hill, so it's fine.
You know, against skirmishers, having your villagers in front being healed by a monk, those skirms will never kill a vill. Good defense.
Pro strategies.
Yeah.
Pro strategies with MbL. 1, and about to be 2 extra TCs for Nicov, so that'll be 3 in total. And to build his castle. MbL's just 1 villager behind.
Crazy.
Where will he build it? He has to build it, I guess in front of his TC now, right? Oh no, okay. He'll protect the wood line. And now what does Nicov do, Dave? I think what...
I really don't know.
Okay, so this is my thought process. So long term, he probably doesn't want to commit to skirms and cav. So I think that what he needs to do is win some fights in Castle Age, gain an eco lead if possible, and then he has to go champion. So he can't go longswords right now, but when he's in the Imperial Age, he has to think champion. It's just tough because MbL will probably gain control.
Can he just drop a siege workshop and boom, and keep his skirms back a bit?
Yeah, that, or use the mobility of your knights. The point is that he needs to buy time and mass eco to get to champion. And while he could go cavalier, he shouldn't do that because his opponent can go plumes and halbs, so it's got to be champs. And this is good. Skirmishers trading versus the crossbows. MbL, in my opinion, after placing this castle, should have tried to sneak out to catch Nicov off guard, but Nikov's waiting for this. Nikov's waiting on the right. He's waiting in front of the castle. He will know anytime MbL runs forward.
And MbL actually coming forward to TC that stone.
Huh. Okay.
Really forward TC. I like it. I kind of like it though.
Yeah, MbL also sees the skirmishers incoming, so he cancels the TC. Siege Workshop wouldn't have been a bad investment for MbL.
The only problem is that he knows the knights are running around, so you basically have to keep your mangonels with your monks at all times.
Yeah.
And then it's like, there's only 1 or 2 spots they can sit, right?
I think that MbL should probably skip the 3rd TC and just go up. Try and go to the Imperial Age and go for faster. Yeah, he needs to get an imp faster, and he needs to hit Nicov when Nikov's transitioning to champion. And I think Nicov will click up at the same time. Yeah, what a boom from Nicov. I don't know how MbL has 72 villagers. It does not seem like it, man. This is such a messy economy. But somehow he does. And alright, MbL's on the way up. And so is Nicov. Neck and neck, 104 population to 102 population. Do you think Nicov will have the time? This is going to be rough, man, if he is going for what I'm expecting. Maybe he'll go skirms. Maybe he'll start off with skirms, go champion long term.
You know, the Malian champions, like, they're not a direct counter to plumed archers.
Yeah, because plumes are fast, right?
Making a castle forward. Well, I've seen plumed archers counter Huskarls. It's just how many you have, right? Because they get that extra +2 against infantry.
Yeah.
So it stacks onto their damage.
Well, this is a really interesting castle placement because Nicov, he wants to kill MbL's castles, so he figures a forward castle will do that, just that, if he makes trebs. And he has his skirmishers positioned in the right area. I don't see how that castle's going to be denied. However, oh wait, is that her? Oh no, the 1 HP villager's still alive. She's fine. And Nicov sends in the knights. And the knights will just die to the plumes. That's a lot of plumes. Yeah, she's fine, guys. She's fine. This is fine.
Oh, it's getting close, though.
Oh!
He's immortal.
Yeah, she's okay. She didn't even need the monk to heal. Those other lumberjacks needed that. Well, both players will have to go for a treb at the start of Imp. And I think then MbL should have the advantage because he's so close to his base. In the treb war, I think he should have the advantage. But Nicov has full map control elsewhere, right? He knows that MbL is just stuck in this small little area on the map. This is almost like Stark would play, man. Okay. Nicov, he... Oh, did he just kill her? I think she's dead.
She's dead.
Oh no, she's dead. Nicov runs in with the skirms. He's making trebs. MbL's making trebs faster, and MbL's sending plumes directly into skirmishers. Directly into skirmishers.
That's really bad. He needed those plumes.
Yeah. That's the last thing he wanted. Oh my goodness, he's lost half of his army. And Nicov, he has been all over MbL this game. He knows exactly where MbL will be. He knows what MbL's next move will be. And now with some stone gates and houses, he will fail at keeping MbL trapped. MbL could MbL could possibly do some more damage here, so we'll keep an eye on that.
MbL also has the hill advantage over that castle.
Yeah.
So that Nicov, there's no way he's keeping that up.
And MbL is running with the plumes, and he's killed
Back to the stone.
half a dozen vills, I think.
He's gonna have more villagers here in a second.
Yep. And he has his ideal unit comp, and I'm not so sure that skirmishers is the best long term for Malians. They lack bracer. Okay. More skirmishers coming in now. MbL wants to place another castle here. Nicov looking to raid MbL as much as possible because he's just lost some villagers. Don't open the gate. That dumb farmer just opened the gate. The skirms will eventually die. Nikov's lost his castle though. Messy game. Messy game. MbL still killing villagers. His plumes will die soon. Same with Nicov, skirmishers, and we're back to the trebuchets and the castles.
Not repairing that castle. You need... Dude, you need that castle. That's one of your production buildings for your units. And bombard cannon out now from Nicov.
Yep.
Oof.
So skirmishers and bombard cannon at the moment will be enough. MbL has lost a lot of his numbers. He doesn't have the castles to make more plumes. He is relying on his trebuchets to kill Nikov's trebuchets. Hasn't worked out for him yet. Fortunately for MbL, he has that extra stone, so he can build another castle, or he can use his stone to repair this one. But you know, he's even lacking chemistry. MbL's food eco is awful because he hasn't had the space, and okay, he's getting more space by castling the left. Okay, MbL needs a response to the bombard cannon. He's attacking, and Nicov is repairing. This is good stuff from Nicov. Oh, this is so close. Oh! Oh! MbL kills it. MbL just won't go away this game. Crazy, man. The guy will not die.
Now Cavaliers coming in from Nicov. Cavalier Skirmisher is going to be really tough for
Yep.
MbL to deal with.
MbL doesn't have a lot of military, man. He never got that momentum going. And he certainly is not in the position to mix in Halb. The danger of going Cavalier against Mayans is that they can go Halberdier and Plume, but I'm not liking MbL's eco situation. It is messy. It is very, very messy.
He's finally gone out to the left-hand side, so he's access to that gold, and maybe he can expand. He just needs to hold in the center.
Yep.
And then hope that Nicov doesn't stop his expansion on the left side.
Yeah, I don't get why MbL's taking this fight here. Can someone explain that to me? The skirms have all available upgrades, and the plumed archers are not going to kill that. It's weird. Well, Nikov's doing the right thing. He needs to take every advantage he can. Use his mobility. Running in with Cavalier now. 150 pop for Nicov. He'll kill a Treb. And he'll kill the TC. He knows exactly where MbL is. Look at Nikov's scouting. He knows MbL's on the left now. He knows MbL's on the right. MbL's getting elite plumed archer out of nowhere. Just how on earth? Or as Bullet would say, how on earth?
How on earth?
How on earth? How on earth is he affording this stuff, man? It's sad to me that only 1% of my audience will get that reference, if that. Well, MbL, he's forced to repair. There's 2 bombard cannons. There's a Treb here. He needs to keep his castles up. He has elite plumed archer, no chemistry. Thumb ring is just now coming in. And Nicov, he's getting plate barding, and he has so many skirmishers coming forward. It's almost now or never for MbL. His pop is bad. He needs to push this back. Otherwise, I think he'll lose game 1. Weird game for MbL. Okay, elite plumes in. You can't fight this if you're in MbL's shoes, can you, Dave?
You can't fight up that hill, no.
No.
You have to hope that your Treb is going to get some amazing shots on those bombard cannons.
Yeah, that or Nicov slips up and sends the Cavalier in, and then you can snipe the bombard cannons. You're just delaying, but what are you delaying for? You know, you're repairing your castle regardless. Yeah, and the castle goes down. I think Nicov can take this now. He has enough bombard cannons, enough skirmishers, and enough map control to push this home. He's going for MbL's TC. And Nicov has looked exceptionally good in game 1. There were some shaky moments, but the most impressive thing for me, Dave, is how he sees everything MbL is doing.
Yeah, and MbL doesn't... He's never really had the options available to him, right? He didn't have the eco to go into Halb. He didn't have the eco to go into Eagles.
Yep.
He lost 2 of his castles, so he doesn't have enough of those to mass the plumed archers, really. And just GG.
MbL calls the GG, so MbL loses game 1 in this round 2 matchup as Mayans. Nicov gets the victory, and I have to say, bit shaky start for both. The whole forward shenanigans was interesting, but what really started it for Nicov was his initiative to go attack MbL. MbL was thinking about countering. He didn't full wall that one area next to the gold. Then Nicov killed 3. It was possibly 4 villagers, and he never let up control from there. He kept MbL off that stone. He killed MbL's castles. He was raiding everywhere, and he wins the game.
Those 2 stones from MbL.
Bad. Just bad.
Well, just confusing to me that like he would decide to go forward with stones like that.
Yeah, I guess the logic could be that he wanted to secure those stones and take the initiative, but he was not... His build order was bad in comparison to Nicov. Nicov had more men-at-arms. Nicov had feudal age and men-at-arms faster. So Nicov outplayed him there. Game number 2 on the way, guys. And let's look at the civs. I have so many civ drafts. Let's see, do I have this copied?
It's MB versus Itchy Population.
I have 6 civ drafts open for whatever reason. Okay, here we go. So, MbL, he used Mayans, he lost with Mayans, and then Itchy Population, who is Nicov, he has used Malians. So we have Vikings, Franks, Malians, and Berbers remaining for MbL. It is Slavs, Berbers, Indians, and Mongols for Nicov, and game 2 is just a few minutes away. So civ-wise, what do you think? I think Mongols is a bit questionable for Nicov. He'd have to be very aggressive with that at the start, and I guess Indians could be tough if Indians face off against, say, Malians or Vikings.
I'd go slabs if I were Nicov. If
Yeah.
you go 2 up on MbL, Nicov knows MbL's temperament.
I agree.
So like, if you can manage to tilt him early, it might be a short series.
No,
So
I
I'd go
agree. I think possibly as casters, and I do this on purpose sometimes, but we look a little bit too much into the Civ picks. Sometimes they just pick the Civ that they pick the strongest Civ and go with it. They don't necessarily time it. There were some obvious ones with Tato in round 1, of course, picking Saracens, but here I think they'll just go for their most comfortable Civ.
And what do you think from MbL? Vikings, Franks?
I think he goes Vikings, actually. MbL's really good with Vikings.
I feel like Vikings have been an underrated Civ on 1v1 Arabia for all time.
Yeah. Well, they're
Like, even in
stronger now,
AOC,
right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Arabia Invitational we casted? I forget what the settings were, but I remember a lot of Vikings. There were a lot of Vikings, a lot of Celts, and these are civs that players have been picking more often. Alper, I didn't see your sub show up on my screen, man, but thank you for the sub. Thank you, Hokey Filet, for the 9 months. Got a Twitch baby now. Nice. Wibbly, Peepa, Colpy, and Zim, thank you guys for the new subs.
It's free wheelbarrow and free handcart that make Vikings so strong.
Yeah, not to mention they have Siege Ram, they have fully upgraded Arbalest, they have the Skirmishers, they have Berserks, which are stronger than they were before. T90, how are Ethiopian Scorpions? Not good enough for me to know if they even have heavy Scorpion. It's probably not something that you should go with frequently. They have so many other strong options. Oh, I was wrong. We have Berbers versus Mongols. So Nicov goes Mongols. I wonder if he'll lame. I'm just going to guess. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that MbL will try and lame Nicov with Mongols. Wait, no, wait. MbL doesn't have Mongols. Sorry, Nicov will try and lame MbL. That's my guess. That's what I meant to say. What do you think of the Mongols pick, man? It's Berbers versus Mongols. My goodness.
I mean, Mongols, strong pick. You get those fast scouts. He's already pushing one zebra in, so not sure if he's planning on laming right away.
Yep.
A lot of the times we see people in 1v1s versus Mongols, they actually try and take their board, so they kind of take advantage of that, right?
Yep. Well, I'll
So
tell you what.
MbL,
Normally what you build up towards with Mongols is Elite Mangadai. Like, that's their one strong thing in 1v1s. Berbers have Camel Archers, and Camel Archers are the counter to Mangadai, so if Nikov's going to win this one, I think he has to lame, I think he has to be very aggressive, and he has to cross Mangadai off his list, or at least keep MbL away from his stone so MbL can never go Camel Archers. Map-wise, it's a pretty bad map for Nicov. The main gold can be tough. He does have a gold on the right and a stone on the right, which is better. Nice woodline on the back. MbL has a nice safe gold. Oh, and I love the stone. Can easily wall off the stone. 2 woodline options. A few exposed golds, as you always will have, of course, on these maps. But not bad. Not bad.
I like MbL's map better, for sure.
Yeah. So Mongols have fantastic siege. That's the difference in post-imp if you compare Mongols and Berbers. So perhaps Siege Ram could make a difference here. But the reality of the situation is, in 1v1s, you can't get to Siege Onager, so you can forget about that. And Berbers, they can take so many big fights if they have Camel Archers before Mongols can even get to Siege. What I would like to see here from Nicov is something aggressive and feudal. He hasn't lamed yet. He's just pushing in his Zebras, so I guess he wants to advance the feudal age quickly. Something else you could do is you could go for Man-at-Arms, a very quick Man-at-Arms rush, or you could just go for the fast scouts. I doubt we'll see towers here, though.
It's probably better just to spend your time pushing in the zebras instead of laming. Because then once you get up early and you have those scouts, all of them are full HP. And you don't have one that's wounded wandering around with that.
I love how Nicov just gave up on this zebra. It was running around, and then it glitched out and started running back, and he goes, nah, I'm just going to take this thing here.
Well, I think he had already shot it once before because it glitched out.
Yep.
And when you shoot it, it like resets it.
And then it went back.
So maybe Maybe he didn't realize he had shot it before, or he was just getting...
I think he got annoyed.
Get this thing out of my face. Well, he's making the mill there, too, so it's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Nicov will click up to Feudal Age, believe it or not. And MbL's been taking his good old time as well to scout his base. Very good scouting. Better map than he had last time. MbL just needs to weather the storm. He needs to hold and play defensive until things even out.
He's going up with no loom?
Oh, I like it, man. I like it. He'll just get loom when he's in Feudal Age. He wants that stable up as fast as possible.
He's like counting on MbL's greed, and MbL, yep, he's just getting greedy with those zebras.
Yep. Well, MbL probably feels forced to push in the zebras because he knows he needs to be up as quick as possible to deal with this. And oh, I like what Nicov just did. He also baited MbL into sending the villagers inside the TC, so they were just a bit more inefficient than they needed to be.
When's the last time you saw no loom in an Arabia tournament game?
It's been a while, man. It's been a while, but I'm not sure why we don't see it more often from Mongols. The only risk is if your opponent finds one single villager to pick off. And that's obviously not going to happen here as Nicov has most of his villagers together. So he'll probably research loom right when he hits the next stage. And he will be in feudal at 8 minutes. Will be scouts for both, though.
The problem with the Mongol scouts are really strong early, but the problem with it is that your eco suffers. So if you don't do damage with them,
yeah,
you're kind of hurting.
Nicov, he gets his scouting bonus. Well, not his scouting bonus, his scouting speed. And he knows MbL has been at home this whole time pushing zebras. All right. And there's the barracks for MbL. So MbL probably needs to go heavy on spears. Never seen that before from MbL. Never seen MbL make spears before. Yeah, I think he'll need a spearman immediately because by the time he's in feudal, Nicov will already be on 2 scouts. Nicov has a 300 score lead because of the scouting. He knows exactly where MbL is doing. He knows exactly where MbL is. Castle Age onwards, though, Berbers are much better, so Nicov needs to gain some advantages.
Okay, he's getting loom now. I thought he might, like, forget about it, you know?
Yeah. He's fine. He's fine. And so is MbL. Again, MbL just needs a few spearmen. Needs spearmen to protect his wood lines, and then he can catch up with the scout numbers. Nicov is almost gone up too early, Dave. He doesn't have the food to create more scouts at the moment. So he's creating villagers, but he doesn't have the food for scouts. Okay, there we go.
That's the problem. It's the problem with Mongols sometimes, right? Super strong. Oh, block him in there, MbL.
I think that's good for MbL. He loses a villager, but he kills a scout. I think that's good. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, he has one less vill, but he's not at as big a risk to get overwhelmed with army numbers. Definitely could have been worse.
He hasn't made a spear yet.
Yeah, see, this is not good. Now he's going to lose his own scout. He didn't have horse collar yet. This is sloppy economically. Nikov's scout activity really strong now. He realizes he can run back. And MbL is just now adding the farms, so nice play from Nicov. I would like to see a forward spear from Nicov. If he can afford to do it, one forward spear, loop around to the wood line, could make things interesting. So MbL needs Castle Age. He has cheap camels, cheap knights, and then he of course has the camel archer. He has his fast bills, luckily.
It seems like really indecisive play from MbL here.
I feel like he could have pushed this back by now, you know?
Yeah. Like, he should have made Spearman way earlier. And it's MbL we're talking about. Like, he would have already had 6
Yep.
if this was a rated game.
Well, let's see.
Housed.
Let's see. See, he has fast villagers. Can Nicov kill this? Nikov's gonna kill it, like...
Oh, that's his house villager, too, so he's gonna stay... Oh, no.
He's fine.
Never mind.
He's fine. He built another one, but... That's not something that should happen with Berber villagers. You have faster villagers. This is definitely not MbL in top form, that's for sure. And Nicov still making scouts. He's going to gold now. Now you have to decide as Mongols, do you transition into archers? I think you do. I think you go crossbow, potentially even cav archers in the next stage, of course. So far, so good.
The archer range right now. Is securing that gold with those production buildings in that location too.
Both games, MbL has just sat at home. Both games, he's been to his base. Now, this one's a bit more understandable. But he's just protecting himself and booming. Which is interesting because when I spoke to Leary about it, Leary says that Nicov has a tendency to do this, but Nicov is being very active. Maybe the logic from MbL is that he knows he needs to get to Castle Age, so he'll play defensive until then. And Nicov getting bloodlines too. If Nicov has bloodline scouts with 5 to 6 archers with fletching, he could kill MbL in feudal. It depends on how many walls MbL has.
MbL, keep making spears, man.
MbL does not see the bloodlines upgrade. That's crucial. He probably thinks that Nicov is only going to send the 6 scouts forward. He doesn't expect the archers. MbL, for the first time this game, is going towards Nikov's base. He will see the ranges.
And Nicov has 2 spearmen patrolling there, just waiting.
Ooh, there is a hole, though.
There's a hole on that side.
There's an idle villager.
Oh, there's a weak villager right there, that dude. He's weak.
Oh, he is. That'd be just like MbL. Now, MbL is kind of fine at home. Because of the walls. Can he do damage? Nice gates and houses from Nicov. Nicov keeps his woodline protected. Nicov has an exposed vill. MbL goes in and run past it a little bit. Run past it again. No. He loses the scout. And MbL's building a tower. Ugh. That's rough to see, man. It's rough to see a tower just because of some scouts. But he saves the stable, which he needs to do.
I like how distracting he's being, though, at Nikov's base. And he's sending his spears forward as well to tank some hits and distract those. And now he's going to go in. There's 2 really weak villagers under Nikov's TC. And those vills at the woodline keep opening the gates. And MbL's on the way to Castle Age first.
And he's on stone. So the greedy play or the passive play has paid off so far for MbL. He just needs to avoid Nikov's archers because Nicov will upgrade to crossbowmen. MbL's building towers. He wants camel archers, guys. I think the question is he going up? Is he going to stone too early, right? Because he just needs to hold. Because if you make camel archers against mass crossbows, the opponent going crossbows can have TCs.
Oh, MbL's being so annoying on this woodline. Holy man. He's being so annoying and Nicov just can't get a hit.
Nicov doesn't have the farms to go up, does he? He has 12 farmers. He's lacking the food. Remember, he invested into the Bloodlines upgrade, and the Bloodlines upgrade did not do anything for him. He's just been attacking walls. Yeah, MbL's okay, man. MbL's just fine. Oh, and can he kill the vill on the woodline? No, but...
No, he's just gonna be annoying.
Exactly.
He's been doing this for the last 3 minutes. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to go for the ones under the TC, because I know he's looked at them.
Just comes down to if MbL can have the time to mass the camel archers. And at the moment, it looks like he'll be able to. He can always start off with a few camels and knights as well. Even starting off with knights would be just fine.
Oh, he got gated in.
Yeah, just run around. Kill an archer. Yeah, that's good for MbL. And now run away. Nice.
They did so much damage for only killing 1 archer. Look, he's gonna come back in.
This reminds me of Hidden Cup when MbL was doing it on the one cross game.
Oh, that's so annoying. He's got like 30 units chasing after him.
Get the weak vill. Get the weak vill. There's a weak vill on the farm there. Nah, he won't get it. It's just distracting, man. Dead. What?
Nope.
That's amazing. He's gotten so many hits. So many hits. Now, I don't think he wants to fight the army of Nicov, but he does want to distract the army more. And he could run around if Nikov's not careful. So my worry, I was worried for MbL because I thought that he would go straight for a castle and then his eco would suffer. But no, he started off with knights, which is the better approach. And can he get in?
Yep.
Oh, Nikov's in trouble. He doesn't have any army momentum. And MbL is buying himself so much time. He's killed the archers on the left. He's killed some villagers. He's forcing house walls. That lumber line is really, really disgusting.
He's got 2 knights in different directions, both running away from army.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the MbL that I was expecting to see today. And Nicov, I almost feel bad for the guy. This is so annoying. MbL's still running around with just 2 knights. Run away with this knight. Okay, he'll lose it now. But still keeps this one alive. My goodness.
So many idle villagers like everywhere on the wood line.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And MbL's on 3 TCs. So, again, he has probably an eco lead now. He just needed to have an early wave of knights, and then he can look towards a castle and imp if you would like that. He doesn't even need to do that, right? You don't have to go camel archer.
So more watchtowers coming down from MbL on the wood line on the back. He's already got the one on the stone. He's got the one to the right. What does Nicov hit here with these archers? He has to hit that TC at the front, I guess.
Maybe the knights that are about to get into his base. No,
Maybe.
the knights won't make it in. Yeah, good
Making
question.
cav archers? Oh, okay.
Well, it's interesting that MbL has gone for towers because that delays his castle. He could have gone for a siege workshop, right? So I find it a bit weird. But it can work, right? He knows that he could lose 10 villagers on that wood line if he's not paying attention, so... Forward siege workshop for Nicov. Maybe he pressures the stone on the left with the Mangonel. And, oh, the knights are in again. MbL's in, and he's forcing Nicov off of gold. Man, he's really used the mobility of his knights here.
What do you think about the cav archer choice from Nicov?
Well, I think the reason people question it is because they know that once camel archers come out, the cav archers die. But I think the reasoning is to do damage before that point, right? The problem now is the way MbL has structured his base, he should be fine from this. MbL, garrison your TC, yeah. So the way MbL has played this is he should be okay as long as he gets his own castle up and can make a few camel archers.
Well, he's got a Mangonel coming out right now, and like you said, the way he's built his base, even with a forward siege workshop from Nicov, it'll take a long time for him to get in here.
Yeah, and MbL is building his castle now. Which again does not mean he's instantly in the lead, because crossbows in these numbers will have a bit more range. Camel archers are actually quite weak with few upgrades. So MbL's he's not out of the woods yet, but he's certainly on the right track here. Now, what Nicov is doing is he's pressuring the wood line, something that MbL desperately needs. So MbL can't go back to that wood line. That's 12 idols for him. Well played, Nicov. Dave, I think that with Mongols, you could try and go Arbalest Siege Ram versus Camel Archers.
Maybe.
Because that is one difference between the Mangadai and the Camel Archers. While the Camel Archers kill the Mangadai, Camel Archers do not kill Rams like Mangadai do. MbL.
Here comes the Mangonel from MbL.
Boom! Oh, nice shot, man. And the rest of these crossbows are weak, but they might be able to heal on up.
And now the cav archer's looping around from Nicov, but MbL already with that tower there.
Yeah.
I don't think Nicov can sit there for very long.
MbL needs new lumber camp there, man. That lumber camp is triggering me. MbL knows map control is important. He's given that up now. He has a slight Vil lead, but he's given that up. MbL fire. Oh, I want him. Oh, wait.
Great micro from him. He's going to get it? Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I really wanted him to delete on that one shot, but yeah, he's fine. Massing his camel archers. Also making camels, because why not? Not a bad move.
He's got 3 in the other stable, so he's got 6 camels total.
And I believe he has scale barding, right? Yeah, he has scale barding and forging.
Those will do really well against the cav archers. That's not enough cav archers to counter camels.
Not even Bodkin Arrow. It doesn't seem like he's in a big rush. He's TCing the right side to secure the gold in the wood line. And I'm just wondering what Nicov does here. It has to, oh, MbL just ran in with another knight.
Yeah, he's got 3 more coming too, so he's just gonna sit on that gold.
Oh, make a gate, Nicov. Make a gate. MbL has it on stand ground, fortunately. He's not paying attention. Nice Mangonel shot there from Nicov.
And he's forced him off the gold again.
Ouch.
Nicov has all this pressure on MbL's base, and he can't even secure his own gold.
And that's so avoidable too, you know? Like, Nicov, he has full map control. This should never happen. He had the time to secure his base. But, okay, he cleans him up now.
He's coming back with all his cav archers to deal with this. Now, okay, now he's looping back around, and MbL's on the way to Imp.
And MbL is now in his wheelhouse. This is exactly where he wants to be as Berbers. Because now, what does Nicov do? He can't continue with cav archers. He can't go towards Mangadai. He can try and make camels. He could try and go heavy camel, but Mongols lack plate barding upgrade, which means they're just bad. And MbL has gold secured. He has stone secured. He's in a fine position.
Wheelbarrow just coming in now from Nicov.
Yeah.
Yeah, MbL's going to get husbandry and loop around behind this army, and then have a few units at the front.
Nikov's not even close to Imp. So I'm pretty sure he's kind of dead here. He's not even close to clicking up. It's not just the civ, just the style of play from MbL has been stronger. I'd like to see him go right to Nikov's base. And cav archer choice just didn't work out.
Oh, Nicov has a wall in that hole.
A wall in that hole?
Guys, the hole has been patched now.
Oh, a wall in that hole. I thought you misspoke. I thought you meant to say a hole in that wall. You actually said a wall in that hole.
It literally walled the hole.
Okay. Well, MbL...
Is there another one?
I don't think so, but MbL can just kill the palisade in the house, right? Nicov comes back. MbL getting ballistics. Does he have the range yet? No range. So he needs thumb ring, he needs bracer, he needs chemistry, he needs elite. He needs quite a few upgrades, but the cav archers are not going to save Nicov now, and Nicov was probably not expecting MbL to be up. And there's bracer. Potentially a bit risky to fight right now. Depends on MbL's micro, of course, but he doesn't want to lose his numbers, that's for sure. Yep. Camel archers are weak without the upgrades, but this is more than enough, man. Once the upgrades come in, I think Nikov's just... he's dead now. I just don't see it. So much population on the front, but it's not doing anything. Nicov will never have the time to get to the Imperial Age, and he loses 1. He won't lose 2, at least not yet. MbL goes for these villagers instead. And just... well played MbL. He played his civilization to perfection against Mongols. And at this point, this is when Nicov starts to lose some control in the front, I imagine. Because MbL is distracting.
Quite a few camel archers now. Does he make a treb to balance this? No.
It just needs to use his range. Use his range, use his strength. Kill the Mangonels. Kills them. Oh no, he doesn't kill them. But... Nicov can't kill the camel archers. Interesting, man, because it was so unconvincing from MbL, at least at the start of Feudal. But he understood that he could play passive if he got to this point. It worked out. And Nicov, he hasn't clicked up yet. He's making Elite Skirm, okay, to try and hold, which might work. But then MbL can follow that up with Hussar.
The thing is, it won't hold at the front. And that's where he really needs to keep MbL pinned in his base.
Yeah.
So he might clear up these camel archers, but the second wave is going to hit him on like the left side, which his economy is so exposed over there. If MbL gets anything into those farms, jeez. Yeah, it's going to be really rough.
And MbL is just in cruise control now. He has his other stone on the right. He might even see that relic there, can start collecting those. He will go Cavalier with the camel archers because he knows his opponent's going Skirm. And this just starts to unravel from here. Nicov losing more villagers on his wood. 2 more down, just like that. I think Nikov's just delaying this now. I'm pretty sure he's dead. I can't see any way back for him. Only 400 food, so...
if they were both an imp, I'd say, yeah, maybe he's got a shot.
Yeah.
Judging by the villager count and everything, but Nikov's not even imp, and he's also Mongols, which really struggles against Berbers.
I think Nicov must have made some mistakes with his eco, because the Vil counts were pretty even, and MbL hit imp so much faster and had so many more resources. Could have been the late wheel upgrade, could have been some other things. Obviously, MbL was extremely annoying with just a few scouts and knights, and that contributed. But regardless, score is now 1-1, my friends, and we'll move on to game 3.
I think it was the scouts. It was the scouts, and then immediately followed up by the knights running in, and he just had so much pop that he needed forward to press MbL that was stuck in his base.
Yep. It's so fun to watch MbL run around with individual knights and scouts like that. Like, it's not the first time we've seen that. If you let him through a hole in your wall, he is going to punish you. 83 kills there.
He takes pleasure in it. Like,
He
it's
does.
Disgusting. Like, he'll like giggle to himself while he's doing it.
He normally does the same with laming. He didn't lame that game. We have yet to see MbL laming. I'm disappointed. A score is 1-1. Let's look at the civs, Dave. We have some strong civs remaining. I thought we'd see Vikings from MbL there. He went Berbers, and man, was that good. So no more Mongols for Itchy Population, who is Nicov. Vikings, Franks, Malians for MbL. It is Slavs, Berbers, and Indians for Nicov. Well, for me, I'm still expecting Franks, but now Indians and Berbers are there. So Franks might arguably be your worst pick if you're up against 2 camel civs.
I go Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings.
I like Vikings here, and I think we see Slavs from Nicov. That's just my guess.
Vikings, I feel like they don't match up as well against Slavs.
Oh, they definitely don't. Like they would do well against knights, against Berbers or against Indians, strong knight and camel civilizations. Well,
Slavs
guys,
can always mix in that siege as well, which is gross against Vikings.
Yep, we'll have to see. Yo, guys, we just hit over 4,000 viewers on the day for the second time. Welcome, everyone. What's up, Reap? What's up, blah, blah, whatever. If you're here for the first time or the 5 millionth time, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this awesome tournament. We are tied up now 1-1 between MbL and Nicov. Winner moves on to face Leary, who I think I also saw in the Twitch chat. Leary's out there. And that would, of course, be in the quarterfinals. I don't want to spoil what the previous results were. We had Max and Lix earlier in Hera vs. Tato, so please don't spoil that. You can look at the brackets if you guys want to see it. But after the stream ends, I'll actually rebroadcast this whole thing for people that might have missed it.
Have we been going for like 6 hours already?
Dude, 6 hours and 8
like
minutes.
It doesn't seem like it.
It feels like it for me. Sometimes I'm 6 hours in and it feels like an hour, but yeah, it definitely feels like 6 hours for me today. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night. 556 gifted 10 subs to the stream. That's awesome. Thank you, man. To you 10 lucky people. Hope you enjoyed the subs. So 1 minute game time and we are in the match. Guys, who are you rooting for? Can you just type who you're rooting for in the chat? I like to do this when we have so many viewers. Just type the person you're rooting for. Of course, I guess if you don't care, you could say you don't care. But on big tournaments, big days like this, I like to see the chat blow up. And okay, that's a lot of MbLs. That's a lot of MbLs. All right, there's a few Nicov fans out there. There's a few Doubt fans who don't realize he got destroyed in round 1. Okay. Well, I,
Guys,
of course, don't have any favorites.
I'm not playing in the tournament. I'm not in the tournament.
Oh, did they say Dave?
There's quite a few of them.
Why did no one say T90? What the hell? Not one person. Franks and Indians. Oof, this is what MbL wanted to avoid, I think. MbL goes for Franks, and he's up against Indians, so in Game 2, MbL had the ideal civ matchup playing as Berbers versus Mongols, and now he is one of the best knight civilizations in the game versus the best camel civilization in the game. We'll see. I have to say, though, the players definitely improved their play after watching Game 1. Game 2 was more solid, but At the same time, it was a bit imbalanced. In Game 1, MbL wasn't really himself, and then Game 2, while Nicov had an uphill battle, of course, with the civs, he wasn't really himself either. My goodness, I think we should start with Nikov's map. What do you think, Dave? Ugh.
I mean, it's not the prettiest map in the world, that's for sure. At least he has a good wood line. I will say that. At least he has a decent wood line, but the golds are just horrendous.
Yep.
And the stones as well are not great.
Yeah, he has 3 forward golds. His main stone is okay, but his secondary stone's not. This will be tough for Nicov. Fortunately for Nicov, he has what I think is the better save, at least Castle Age onwards. There are just so many things that Franks have at their disposal, though, which could give Indians problems. So we'll start off just by saying Franks love to go scouts, Indians love to go scouts, but Franks scouts have more HP. So MbL's scout will have 54 HP. That gives him an advantage. Also, Franks have the forage bonus, so they collect their berries faster, which gives them more food for those scouts. They also have the free farm upgrades. So there's 3 things that go directly towards scouts and then in the future knights. You also have to consider that if Franks have map control in a game, because of their cheap castles, they're able to solidify map control and build castles all over the map. And so if Nicov doesn't have control, he might find MbL with a forward castle at his base. But Nicov has the camels, and that's something that will counter the knights that MbL will probably be making, but maybe he'll switch it up and go pikemen.
I think a knights first with some monks counters like a few camels.
Yep.
And then you add pikemen in after that. And I think that's a good composition to fight against mono camels.
Well, I think it was Lan and Yinghua yesterday. Chat can probably correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it was Game 3 between Lan and Yinghua yesterday. Franks won, and it was because they were able to hold in Castle Age, get some conversions, as you said, Dave, and then build castles and transition into pikes. So you're definitely right on that. Looking at MbL's base, it's also not the best. The main gold's disgusting, but at least he has some back resources.
Look where that tree is in his berries.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
What?
It's stuck there, too.
Walk all the way around. Walk all the way around.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that. Normally, with these bugged trees, you can't chop them and palisade them. They're just stuck there, so that tree will be there all game. So no surprises so far. I wonder if Nicov will go for something different if he sees his map. I guess it's probably smart to use your woodline, use your backberries, and go for scout still. Try and take an advantage there. Take that into Castle Age.
Does MbL not see those goats? Okay, he's gonna find them.
You mean Nicov? Yep, yep. Unless MbL found some too.
Oh,
okay, they both did.
At the same time.
I was thinking Dave's off his meds again. Oh, geez. All right. Well, pretty even starts. MbL now goes back to push in his zebras as he should. It's always convenient when they're near the berries. And I think we'll see Loom from MbL. Oh, no Loom yet. Okay, so he'll be up significantly later than Nicov, but he'll have 2 more villagers.
It's going for 21 pop.
Bit late for Franks, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, you can make it work, especially if the other person is far enough away, right?
Yeah. What I don't want for MbL is what happened last game, where he was on the back foot for 5 minutes. I know he lost the last game. Or, sorry, he won the last game. But he won the last game because he built up towards a stronger option. And here, I think Indians do have the counters for Franks if they have that map control. The Indians are just so good, man. Their vills are so cheap that they can up at this time consistently. And strong build order for Nicov. He needs to place his barracks. There it is. And then he'll build his stable on the front, right in front of the gold. That's a great way to lock that down.
MbL still doesn't know where Nicov is, by the way.
Pushing in Zebra still?
Yep.
He's pushing them in towards the TC. I don't know why. I don't know. It's weird to me. I guess if he had his scout near Nikov's scout now, Nicov could get some attack in because he hits feudal faster. But to me, MbL has delayed his deer push or his zebra push more than he needed to.
Oh, he deleted the tree.
Oh, it
Finally
worked.
Noticed the tree.
Okay.
Deleted it.
That's good. I'm glad it worked. Sometimes it doesn't work. MbL's forward woodline could be under pressure. There's the stable for Nicov. He'll be making the scouts.
Do you think he wants to? He probably wants to wall between those two tree lines, or at least in front of the gold. Oh, he's gonna wall to the gold. Okay.
Yeah, I
I don't
don't
know.
like this. I think he should go more aggressive with the walls. I guess he wants the back gold then, but imagine if he walled between the wood lines and then to the edge of the map. Maybe he's not aware that the edge of the map is there. Well, he is. he is, but
he sees everything.
He's going for the safer option. He's going for the safer option. There's the stable for MbL. Stable obviously already up for Nicov. He's sending 2 scouts forward. MbL has his spear already.
Probably another one will follow that up pretty soon. Nicov won't be able to take the fight against those villagers there. And already spears on the resources. This is what I like to see from MbL.
No, he's only at 2. It's not MbL in top form unless he hits 6.
On every
on every resource, exactly 6 on each lumber camp. I know MbL is going to be rewatching this, and he's going to say, "Screw you guys," but he is known for playing heavy with spears.
I like how he's protecting his walling villager too.
Yeah,
he's not going forward with his scouts anytime soon. He knows Nicov has the advantage in timing anyway to feudal age, so he's going to build up his army and use his eco advantage.
Yep.
To push forward.
And Nicov, understanding that MbL is doing the same, he is now walling what was a very unwallable map, and he'll be just fine behind this. So I like the play from both players. I just think that MbL should have walled to the right then, if he's doing this. He could have kept his spear on the left with that villager, and then maybe walled the right-hand side, and then his base would be incredible. But for now, it's still open. But okay.
Still making spears. I like it. Let's keep him pumping.
Well, the risk of spears normally is that your opponent could transition into ranges and make archers, but I don't think Nicov will have that at the top of his priority list. I think that he'll ideally stay with stable units, but maybe he'll go 1 range, 2 stable. That's an option.
Okay, he's coming out now. MbL's waiting in his path.
That's a mistake.
MbL can't take this fight.
Oh, he doesn't realize. Okay.
All right. Not too bad.
It's fine. It's fine.
Archery range from MbL. So see this a lot of Franks going into skirms in feudal age.
I think he'll have to mix in some archers here because the skirmishers would be vulnerable to the scouts. But you know, as I just said a moment ago, the spearmen will die to the archers, and that's the point. But oof, that was a bit sloppy from MbL.
Look at this wall on the right from MbL. Like, dude,
why?
You see the edge of the map? It's a bigger wall this way than it would be to the edge.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Imagine how awesome his base would be. He could build TCs here later on. He likes a small base, you know? Less to clean. Oh, okay. Well, diagonal gate, Nicov runs in. Oh, he was tempted there, and MbL was waiting for him. I think we'll see the Castle Age soon. Is Nicov making a range? He is, yeah. And he's also towering his gold really early, just like game 1. Towering that gold early. Well, Dave, I like Nikov's walls, but if MbL gets crossbow, he can range that entire wood line. Like, all of the wood line options for Nicov can be ranged by archers. MbL, you could say the same for him, but he has some back wood line options, so it's a bit better than Nicov. 200 food for MbL. Nicov has 700, so he'll click up sooner. And he's making some skirmishers, and I think he'll wait to Castle Age. Those walls, what are those things?
I don't know.
I can't look at them, man. I can't look at them. 2 ranges from Nicov, interesting. He must really feel under pressure then.
Oh, he does. Look at that. The gate coming down, the houses. That's a lot of wood.
A lot of
He's
stone,
still not
too.
up to Castle Age yet. And this is just giving MbL more time to get his eco and click up.
Yep, Palisade wall will go down.
Should have been up like 30 seconds ago, probably.
It's just a greedy play. He wants to get to camel and elite skirm. So I think he can push back because the Indian camels are great. But unfortunately, he has to invest a lot of wood into walling.
And MbL should be up as soon as wheelbarrow completes here.
Yeah, I'd like to see...
20 seconds after.
Yeah, MbL's pretty far behind here. I'd like to see 2 stables from MbL, but he's also going for 2 ranges. This is different. This is very different. The Franks, they don't have exceptional archers. I think he knows that if he has crossbows and knights combined, it might be a bit better against the camels. Of course, he can use his knights then against the skirmishers. Man, Nikov's walling a lot. How much wood has he put into keeping 10 units out?
Like 10 not so good units.
Exactly.
The units he has the counters for.
It's weird to me. He could have also just run forward with his skirmishers and attacked the spearmen and the archers over top the wall, but now the units are in. Yeah, MbL is just fine. Again, MbL will be extremely annoying if he gets in with any stable units.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why he remembers.
Yeah, Nicov just has to stop the bleeding before it even happens.
2 stables then for Nicov. So he's going 2 range, 2 stables. This is a big investment. Obviously does not have the stone to build the second TC anyway when he hits the next stage, so he'll put most of his resources into upgrades.
MbL's going to have Frank crossbowmen and knights.
And they're both going 2 stable, both going 2 ranges. It's something I used to see a lot when players started figuring out the Wool Kingdoms meta. However, I haven't seen 2 stable 2 ranges in a few months actually. And it does make sense. It's a very aggressive strategy. Nice job from MbL to kill the skirmishers. He killed the skirmishers right before they were upgraded.
Cav archers.
What?
Well, I don't know.
Cav archers? Okay, I mean, it can work, right? It's just it takes time to mass, and you only have 2 ranges. This is a different game. We have Indian cav archers with camels, which makes sense, and then we have Frank crossbows with the knights. Well, MbL should probably use his scouts to scout the other areas of the map and keep these alive. Instead, he loses them. And then here comes the crossbow and Bodcanero upgrade. And a few knights. Can MbL engage versus this? I think he can. Hasn't lost a Vil. 1 camel down. Okay. Dude, how weird is this, though? Like, let's be honest. Weird. Yeah, this is weird.
Frank crossbow versus Indian. I just can't.
Is it Britons versus Huns? I'm confused.
This is like a community game.
Well, somewhere Filster just got real excited that you think this might be him forging for MbL. Of course they're going to make knights. Of course they're going to make camels as well. But it's weird to see the prioritization of the archers.
Okay, monastery coming down from MbL now. That's what I expected to see. Stables and a monastery.
Dude, he has 2 ranges, 2 stables, and a monastery at 24 minutes. That's such a huge investment into aggression and or defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nicov spent just as much trying to keep those scouts out.
Yeah,
futilely.
This is true. This is true. MbL's poor army is just not as mobile, and so it's about trading effectively here. He'll be
able to trade pretty nicely. The crossbows with that extra range are so nice against the cav archers.
And
as soon as he takes out the camels,
oof, that's really good. That's really good for MbL. He killed 4 camels, and he has the extra range so he can hit and run. Kills a few more cav archers, and of course MbL will be sending another wave forward. And this time, if it's a big group of knights, there will be less camels. Nicov has a slight eco lead. He's on 3 TCs. Not bad.
MbL is only on 2 at the moment. Still has those weird walls. Taking the chance to wall to the edge of the map. Which might hurt him, to be honest.
The fact that he has killed as much as he has with that army is impressive. He had some nice micro with the knight there. He got some real value out of that. And he's still making crossbows. Okay, now he's making some skirmishers as well.
Well, I mean, cav archers in and of themselves, other than the fact they're mobile, they're not a very good unit.
Like, they're good when they're masked and they get thumb ring, right? But until they get thumb ring and until you get about 20 to 30 of them, they're a bit weak. So I really feel like if Nicov went for Camel Elite Skirm, which is what I expected, he would have done a lot more damage versus MbL. But credit to MbL, his fights have been better. He takes the hill now. And they both tried to do so much that the options they do have are weaker than they should be. So they don't have as many knight upgrades. They don't have as many camel upgrades because they've gone for 5 military buildings and 3 TCs. Though in MbL's case, it's actually 2.
Even a preemptive watchtower from MbL on that gold. I think he wants to TC there, but he doesn't have the stone. He's making a university with like 30 villagers.
What is this? Why is
Guys,
he panicking?
he really wants ballistics. He really wants ballistics.
What is this? Oh, he wants to TC there where the lumber camp was. I see. He doesn't have the wood because he deleted the lumber camp. Okay, place it. There we go. This has just been different. I don't want to say it's been bad because both these players have been even, but comparing it to the previous sets today, Dave and I had a lot more understanding on what the players were going to go for and do in the previous sets, and here we're a bit taken back by this. But what I will say is that Nikov's map is decent now that he's got the walls up. He's also towering the wood lines, and I think we need to talk about what players will build up towards, because I don't know if it'll be crossbows long term for Franks. Probably not. Oh god, MbL's in again.
MbL's in. Oh no.
We've seen this before. Okay, he leaves. He leaves. Probably the right decision this time.
He gets husbandry too. It's kicking in right now, so he's going to get a lot faster.
Well, I think MbL should go Halb, Skirm, Castle push. Like, not right now, but I'm thinking in Imp. You can't make Cavalier. You can't just go straight into Halb because of the Cav Archers, so I think you need to take some advantage of the map, take some control of the map with some castles, and maybe push with Trebs and Halbs and Skirms. Maybe use the mobility.
He's got better scouting than Nicov, for sure, on the map. Nikov's scouting is pretty atrocious, to be honest.
Yep. Well, there's that 1 gold forward for Nicov and the stone, so Nicov will probably try and castle that, as will MbL. Yeah, MbL with his now ballistic skirmishers trades versus the Cav Archers. Well played. He kills 1 and he needs to run back. And this is dicey for MbL. He could lose the skirmishers to the camels. Yeah, he will. Caught out of position. Sending more crossbows and skirmishers over. He's holding to the hill with the rest of his military. It is 29 military for MbL and 23 for Nicov. Nice fight for Nicov, but I don't think he can engage up this hill. He has lots of camel upgrades now, though.
Box formation, always nice to see.
And Tato talked to me about box formation. He said with small groups of units,
yeah, with like
it's
6,
helpful. Yeah,
not
with 20.
The camels are like on the edges guarding the Cav Archers.
Not with 20. Well, we're waiting for Imp, obviously. And players will need to secure their base. So MbL needs to secure the left side and the right side. Nicov needs to mainly secure the front. And he needs to secure more wood options long term. That's a lot of camels and a lot of Cav Archers. And now Nikov's getting Thumbring. This is where the Cav Archers can be more devastating. And foraging for the camels.
He's coming around behind. MbL, man, you gotta dip to the left now.
He sees it. Oh no!
You gotta send your army from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, ring around the rosy here. Let's just keep going left. Don't let him gate you in.
He's gated in. He's been gated. And I don't think he can do anything except fight now. What a play from Nicov. Now, the positioning of the crossbow is pretty good for MbL. So he'll get some value out of this.
Skirmishers coming from the other side, but there are camels there.
Yeah. Yeah, MbL will lose his army, and this gives Nicov a chance to push back. And Nikov's up against MbL, who's on the way to Imp, but I think he'll be satisfied that he just chewed up his numbers. But what on earth is MbL shooting for now? He's obviously going for skirms.
He's going Cavalier Skirmisher.
No pikemen.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he wants to raid Nicov to death? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's weird. Nicov, he will have a stronger eco because he has more villagers, and he should take this fight. He should take this fight anytime he has the chance.
Don't trap your skirmishers up on that hill.
Yeah, MbL almost got trapped in there.
He's killing a lot of Cav Archers, though.
Yeah, he does have that going for him. But he could lose his skirmishers to the camels. These camels can sit underneath the TC, no problem. If Nikov's imp time is delayed, if he doesn't click up soon himself, then MbL can have the chance to upgrade his units, get Halberdier. I think Halberdier will be a huge help. Build castles on important areas, and win this game. The players are actually pretty close together. There's not a large distance between them. There?
Oh, it's right at the front there. Okay. Alright, I guess.
I mean, I'm thinking top of the hill or on the right. Okay, there we go. The castle's on the way up. But he places the castle there. Interesting.
And is Nicov coming forward with the castle?
Right on the hill.
Oh!
Yeah, that's where you should place your castle, MbL. I guess MbL, he doesn't have the luxury of placing it on the hill because he doesn't have the military to fight the camels. So I guess that's the reasoning for it. His castle would have probably been denied. It's just weird to me, going skirmish versus Franks. It's obviously tough against Indians. He needs to go for some pikes as well. Yeah, he gets his castle up. Now, can he deny Nikov's castle?
He can if he runs out right now.
Nope.
But I don't think he's going to.
Nope, he's just going to let it go up. He's teasing the left, and he's also getting some relics, okay.
He is imp, so he's going to have Trebs way faster than Nicov will.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long that castle's going to stay up.
Well, the castle will probably go down, and this is where MbL can start using that advantage of the cheap castles. He sees both golds on the left. MbL will get his second relic soon. I would like to see him raid with Cavalier. Yeah, he's defending well.
That might be his plan. I mean, we were both questioning what he was going to do with the Cavaliers. And Nikov's space is open on the right-hand side. And he could probably go in on the left-hand side. Oh, it's open there, too.
Yeah, and then just take control of the map and castle your vulnerable areas.
Sultans from Nicov.
Did you just have to bring up the tech tree to see what that was?
Is that the relic? Is that where you get more from trade and relics and stuff?
You get your gold income. It gets faster. So
that's really gonna help him when he doesn't have any relics.
Wait, no, it should apply to all gold income, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like all gold income is 10% faster. So, well, he really needs the gold because he can't afford to get heavy camel and heavy cav archer. He has to choose, and he built a forward castle just for it to go down now. And now MbL is the one choosing where the fights are being taken, and MbL will go Halb. I see that in his near future. He researched pikemen, he's making pikes. So I think Halberdier... Oh, it's so tough. It's so tough with the composition Nicov has, but yeah, Halb for sure. And oh, a forward castle!
Love it. If he can get that up, I love it.
Well...
If it fails, I hate it.
yeah, I can agree with that. MbL needs to get his Halbs here. Where are the pointy boys? Nicov hits imp now. Yeah, that castle will go up. That castle will go up.
I love MbL's map control, though. It's so nice to see. Because that's how if he's going to win this game, that's how he's going to win.
Exactly. The downside is he can't kill the camels right now, so he could lose all of his map control in an instant. But Nicov, he just doesn't know about the left-hand side, man. There's so many vills over there he could kill. He's unaware, has not scouted it. And now Nicov needs to defend at his base. MbL's pushing.
Can Nicov even defend this? As soon as MbL gets those halbs in front, it's going to be really rough for him. And he also has to be worried about MbL getting into his base.
Yeah.
So he has to defend it. He has to fight this.
At this point, MbL should continue with Trebs and Halberdiers and use whatever skirmishers he has versus the Cav Archers. And if he has the opportunity, raid. Even with just Light Cav, I like to see him research that and send Light Cav into Nikov's eco. MbL in the previous game had Berbers versus Mongols, which is where Berbers should win, and he won that game. And this game, he had Franks versus Indians, and Indians should normally win this. MbL's played this really well, and he's expanded his eco, as you said, Dave, to where he's ahead in a big way. He has more gold control, he has more relic control, and he's trebbing Nicov back.
Get in with like 3 Cavalier into his wood line at the back there. And it's just devastating.
Nikov's almost forced to go into gunpowder, maybe. His own halbs. Hand cannons, he's getting chemistry.
Another castle from MbL. He's got the Trebs right beside that as well. Got to be careful the camels don't take out those Trebs.
Yeah, the Trebs are running. MbL's fine. Yep, and Nicov doesn't know the castle's going up. He hasn't reacted to that. And Nicov has reacted to the fact that MbL is trying to get into his eco. So that's good defense from Nicov. But MbL has both the golds on the left. He has 2 relics. He even has the extra stone.
He only has 3 gold piles left, and they're low.
Who's that? Sorry, Nicov?
Nicov,
yeah. He doesn't have the one underneath MbL's castle, and now Nikov's losing his castle. If he loses his castle, the only way that he can kill MbL's castle and dislodge him from here is go bombard cannons, but MbL has castles everywhere.
He is going to lose this. He can't push this back. There's 2 castles. There's one on the hill, one below. And well, even if he kills the Trebs, there'll be more to follow.
Well, let's see. Nicov has just sent some camels into MbL's economy. If MbL doesn't track this with the Halbs, he could lose some villagers. And Nicov also is going for his own Treb defense, and it's questionable, right? But it's something. MbL's Halbs aren't lasting long because they don't have many upgrades. He's just now getting scale mail. This is close. It's 175 population for both.
If Nicov manages to push this back,
that'd be
maybe
crazy.
He's got a shot.
Yeah.
He's done some real good raiding in MbL's base, but he still hasn't noticed the stuff. The 2 gold piles on the left.
Yeah, he's not in a position to raid. He's in a position to defend. And now Light Cav, so maybe Nicov will consider raiding. Light Cav, of course, will help against the skirmishers as well. MbL just needs to keep this up. MbL just needs to keep this up. More halberdiers, more halberdier upgrades, more trebuchets.
Nikov's building a castle, which means he doesn't have the stone to repair his previous castle.
Oh, so this is a dead castle then?
He had to buy it, and that gave MbL all the time he needed to kill it. There it goes.
Well, where was that castle he's building? On the right-hand side?
I don't know where it is.
I think he deleted it. Yeah, he built it on the right, and then he deleted it.
He deleted it so we could have more stone.
And then he lost it anyway. Ouch.
That hurts.
Well, MbL won't be too disappointed about losing a castle. He has plenty more where that came from. He has 3 of them. And this is where MbL needs to raid. Just hold the middle and raid the sides. If he were to send the Cavalier to the back of Nikov's eco, Nicov would have no response to that. Just MbL does not know what we know. Okay, he's going to the right. I think if he goes to the right, that's the killer blow. Nicov has so much eco over there. He has nothing to protect it. And MbL's protecting his trebuchets. This is MbL's game to lose now. Just watch the vill count. 144 for Nicov. He reacts to this. What a play from MbL to get to this position, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how hard the camels counter Franks because MbL's had to respect them the entire match. But now Nicov, with no gold income really, can't produce those units anymore. And MbL has too many halberdiers.
Yep. And half of Nikov's economy is on the left. MbL's over here. And MbL's going to place the game-winning castle. If this castle goes up, I think Nicov calls it. Because he's already struggling.
He can't stop it.
Yep. And Nicov has to know now. He has resources, but he has no map control. He's dying everywhere he looks. His own halberdiers is not going to be enough. He has no response to the castles. He can't afford to make gunpowder. He just can't afford to push this back. And that might not be the end of the castles from MbL. Will he build another one? Another one now. Going up right in Nikov's grill. And all I hear is villager death. Dead bodies everywhere.
Nicov trying to drop a TC there. That's probably going to get denied. It's only a matter of time before MbL's right in his eco. And MbL doesn't even care about this castle here. He's just streaming villagers in to complete it.
Yeah, he has more than enough villagers now. It's just about continuing this push. But, you know, like, probably could have run back for a second there. Probably could have run back for just a second. But it's 60 military for MbL, it's only 30 for Nicov, and Nicov has no gold map control, so it does feel like it's just a matter of time. MbL just has to finish this game off, man.
He needs to hit the right. You mentioned it before. He just hasn't hit there enough.
Yeah, and
It's so exposed.
send light cav, you know? You don't need Cavalier there. Just send light cav. The MbL, I'm sure he's pretty confident at this stage. He's played 1,000,001 games. He knows he's in the lead. And he'll finish the castle. And the GG's called.
Wow. Wow, the Civ we thought hard countered Frank's, and he did it in such a weird way too. And why would you ever go Cav Archers against Frank's?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
In what world?
This whole series has really shook my understanding of what pros do. I understand MbL making the crossbows more than I understand the Cav Archers from Nicov. Obviously, if Nicov won with the Cav Archers, then we'd be singing a different song. But to me, I think that if you go with heavier on camels, just go 2 stable camels and 1 ranged skirmishers. It's better there. And Nicov disagreed. That came down... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, he must have thought that MbL was going to mix in pikes right away. That's probably why.
Yeah.
He was like, knights and pikes, that's what he foresaw. And it was just completely opposite to what MbL did. So maybe MbL just debated him. Just a masterclass, maybe.
Yeah, the game was pretty close, and Nicov took some good fights, but so did MbL, and then MbL started to take the map, and right when he took the extra golds and built that first castle, I was thinking, okay, he's going to continue doing this, and he hit from the right, he was castling on the hills, and there's not much the Indians can do at that stage. They need to have a lead before that. So MbL lost the first game. He's won the last 2 games now. He's up 2-1. There's the KD for you. Economically speaking, Nicov had more food, wood, and stone. He just didn't have the gold because MbL denied it. And we are going to move along now to game number 4 in this amazing series. Sorry, I almost played the intro for you. Don't need that. Okay, so we've seen Franks, we've seen Berbers, we've seen Mayans from MbL. He has Malians and Vikings left. Then for Nicov, he's used Indians, Malians, and Mongols. He has Slavs and Berbers. Surely you go Slavs here, right?
You have to.
You have to go Slavs. Berbers is too much of a risk if you ask me.
And I'm going to say for the 3rd time, I think MbL should go Vikings. This is the 3rd game in a row. I'm like, yeah, I'll probably go Viking.
Yeah, I think so too. But... well, it'd be especially good for him if he wins with Vikings, because then he would have Malians remaining versus Leary in the next set. Because the winner of this, guys, goes on to rounds number... oh, wait. Sorry, I put 3-1 for MbL. I didn't mean to do that. Spoilers. The winner of this best of 5 moves on to face Leary in round number 3. Yeah, spoiler alert. Sorry. Yeah, these are recorded games. We already know what's happening. We've been lying to you guys the whole time. Totally not live.
I'm actually in Mexico right now. I'm not even casting this.
This is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
This is pre-recorded, yeah. Lemon Kettle, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you very much, Zovek, for the 16. He says, let's go. Keep up the great work. AoE forever. I'm with you, man. Kamzak, I saw you message me and say, why aren't the alerts on? The alerts are just silent, man. Thank you for the 300 bits. Says, can you send my boy Adam a kiss? I think he loves you. I'm gonna save my kiss for someone else, Kamzak. Thank you for the bits. Walrus Mania, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you, guys. It's been a great day. We have still over 4,000 viewers, which is awesome. We're going into game number 4 next. And I'm hoping that Nicov can get a win so we can see game 5. But if he doesn't win, MbL moves on.
I'm going to save my kiss for someone else. That's such a good, like, deflection line.
Is it?
That's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. Well, if I know Kamzak and Adam, they're probably talking to each other right now, and Adam's like, hey, Kamzak, you should ask T90 to kiss me. So they're probably talking to each other about it, which is a weird thing to talk about on a Sunday afternoon, but who knows? What do you think about Ethiopians? Ethiopians are a good civ, Lost Warrior. Definitely a civ that players could have picked but didn't pick. We might see it in round 3. I like the civ. I think it's good in team games. I also think it's good in 1v1s. And Vikings and Slavs. All right, Dave, this is what we wanted. MbL's in the blue, playing as the Vikings. We have Nicov in the red, playing as the Slavs. Both civilizations have insane economies. Slavs Once they get a few farms running, they're tough to stop because of their fast farmers. And then Vikings, they get free wheel and free handcart, which are very important economy upgrades. MbL, of course, is up 2-1. He had a great last game. It was a bit questionable and a bit shaky from him, and it was also a bit shaky from Nicov, so I think this might be a bit more straightforward for Nicov. I'll start off with Nikov's map. Nikov's map is so open on the front, but luckily he has a back stone, he has a back wood line. His main gold isn't too bad. His secondary gold's next to his berries there, and he has his third gold on the right with his stone as well. MbL? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
MbL isn't bad. I was just going to say it's sad. When I look at Nikov's map, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good map. That's
You're right.
How bad some of these maps have been, you know? Usually you see something so open, but I think as long as you have one good wood line, a decent enough gold, and a back stone, you're fine. And MbL looks to have a decent enough map. The only concern is his stones, which are both forward.
Yeah, I think the important thing, especially for MbL, is that he has the gold because he's Vikings, and he'll need that. Whereas if you're Slavs, you'll start off with scouts most likely, and you might not need that at the start. So MbL, as long as he walls a bit on the left, he'll be okay here, I think, at choosing a nice safe wood line. Let's talk through what the strategies should be here. So Slavs, more often than not, they'll open up with scouts. And I don't know where the zebras are for Nicov, but he will probably try and push them in at some point. So assuming it's scouts for Slavs, they'd go scouts into skirms, and then that normally means knights and skirms in Castle Age. Vikings, they're a strong archer civilization. So I'm thinking you either drush or you go with man-at-arms into archers. And then eventually you might need pikemen to counter the mass knights. Eventually, Slavs, of course, can go for champs, and then you have berserks as Vikings. It's a fun matchup.
I would probably want... I'd want men-at-arms into archers, I think, rather than drush.
Yep.
And, I mean, men-at-arms... drush doesn't really work that well anymore.
You're right.
We've seen it a bunch of times. Unless you're using it defensively, then sometimes it can work if you know the other player's going for men-at-arms. But I think with Vikings, the strategy should be to just get something that will delay your opponent enough until you get the archer mass.
Yeah, and take advantage of the nice eco, right? If you delay your opponent for 3 minutes, you're taking advantage of the free wheelbarrow upgrade. MbL had another one of those weird trees there. Fortunately, he was able to build over it. And he's bringing in his pigs. Nicov ran forward to lame. Nicov does not get any reward for that. So a series with MbL with 0 laming. I don't think there's been any laming. How weird is that, man?
Well, there might be quite a bit of lag, too. You never know. Nicov usually has some issues.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. It's a risk to go lame. We haven't seen as many mesosieves either, so I think with mesosieves they might see that. Okay, so Nikov's not pushing any zebras in, which I find to be a surprise. He has gone for a farm, but he hasn't pushed in any of his food. Keeping a good eye on what MbL might do. MbL will build a barracks shortly, and Nicov wants to know exactly what's coming out of the barracks. And he's going to delay MbL, okay. So MbL can't fight this. MbL has to run, and then he can't push the zebra. As long as MbL is able to slow the game down with his civ, it'll be good. I think that Nikov's scout movement has been on point today, and this could be tough for MbL. Nicov gets loom. He's on his way to feudal. He does not see any barracks yet.
Slow the game down until early imp, and then you got to put the gas on, because if you're going into late imp with Slavs, you might have some issues as Vikings.
Yeah, for sure.
But Vikings get a very, very nice power spike in early imp. When you have those Arbalest numbers, you can get siege rams out. It's very, very tough to stop that.
Yeah, Nicov needs to get a lead before that point for sure. Has he spotted the barracks? He still doesn't see the barracks. And he also doesn't see the main gold. So for someone who's been forward a long time, he's probably a bit confused as to what his opponent might go for here.
Well, he spent all that time trying to deny the zebra.
Yeah.
It's nice, but like...
Okay, now he sees it, and he will also see the flag. So he knows that MbL is going man-at-arms, just confirming his suspicions, really. And MbL is now at Nikov's base. He doesn't need to see much. He can kind of assume that since there's no villagers on gold, his opponent will go scouts. And Nikov's building his barracks. He'll build the stable next to that. And this is all as we expected.
Is it for MbL, if you're in Castle Age and Nikov's going full knight, do you mix in some pikes?
Yeah, pike and crossbow.
crossbows?
Yeah, pike and crossbow could work really well with Vikings. Vikings can make mass crossbow and boom so easily because they get the free handcart and castle. It's pretty insane. Well, MbL saw Nicov walling up. Nicov hits feudal faster, so he gets the extra speed. And so Nicov does some damage to MbL's scout, but here come the man-at-arms, or the militia. So this is where I'd like to see MbL add a spear before he gets the man-at-arms upgrade.
Oh, he's coming forward with 2 villagers. He sees the wall. What else does he see for Nikov's base? That's all he sees is the wall. He doesn't know that the right side is completely open.
Why forward?
Oh, he's only sending 2, so I guess it's okay.
Well, 2 means his economy's stronger, but 2 also means his push is going to be weaker. Now build 1 tower with 2 vills. Normally it's 4 at the high level. Weird. I wonder if he could place it between the palisade and the house and hop through there.
I think he could do that between... Yeah, probably.
I think he could.
Probably do it between the house and the house as well.
I don't think he wanted Nicov to see this. Nicov now sees it, and Nicov immediately builds a counter tower.
MbL's got a spear coming forward, though.
Yep.
To deal with the scouts.
Oh,
Although the lion is
the
trying
lion's
to
there.
get involved.
MbL needs to save his vills and not lose the scout. Well played. Nice reposition there. He'll lose his scout in the end, I think.
Yeah, Nicov just delaying this as long as he can with the scouts until his tower is up, and then he might end up denying this tower from MbL.
Nah, it's up.
Wouldn't that be
It was
terrible?
close.
Okay, here we go.
But again, why 2 villagers? Like, what has that done? It hasn't done anything.
So much. Look at this. Springboard to the next tower. Now Nikov's gonna have to go on stone, which Nicov doesn't have stone in his base. Where is the stone?
It's King of the Desert
Back.
Arabia, it's hard to say.
Back
Okay, yeah, it's
behind.
in the back. I don't know, I just feel like Nicov hasn't been pressured all that much. Nice house, nice stone wall to keep MbL out, nice stone gate to keep MbL out for a while. And some skirmishers now on the way for Nicov. Well, MbL is safe at home. He has slowed the game down. Nicov hasn't been able to use his mobility. The risk is that Nicov might be able to use that at any point coming soon, once he gets enough scouts and skirms.
He's got 2 spearmen forward. He's got all these men-at-arms. One of them is 1 HP, though. His scout is also 1 HP, so... I think... I don't know. I think MbL's forced Nicov to commit on defense here. And it's just letting his eco boom behind it. So it's not terrible.
Yeah, and he only sent 2 vills forward, so it's not like he had sent 4. He has more villagers working. Arguably, he idled Nicov just as much as these 2 villagers have been idled. I think the worry for MbL, well, first of all, he didn't have double bid-axe. That's a worry. The other worry is he's making archers right now. And his opponent's making skirms. So for me, especially with Slav Farms, Nikov's in a very strong position. He already has the counter to MbL's follow-up. And Nicov with a nice little tower there in the gold. Again, I don't necessarily think that tower is needed right now. He's done this a lot this series, building early towers. But it certainly helps.
Will Nicov see these villagers from MbL?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, he spots them, man. And I'm waiting for the skirms to loop around. And here they come. Nicov hasn't overmade scouts. He hasn't created a lot at all, actually. MbL's making a ton of archers. He currently has 7. It will be 8. And he's so exposed, man. He's so exposed. Wouldn't it be something if MbL is able to sneak in somehow? They sneak around the right-hand side or run in the hole on the left-hand side and sit underneath the tower.
With these archers that Nicov doesn't know he has?
Yep.
Yeah, and Nikov's gonna miss him, I think, with the skirmishers. He's coming forward with the skirms. Just gonna miss these, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for him.
And remember, he was late with scouting the barracks as well. This is quite a big deal. Because if he doesn't, even if he sees the range now, he's going to assume that MbL has his military there. So MbL is going to run in, and this is a bit of a gift for him. He can do some damage that he never should have been able to pull off.
Don't show the archers. Oh, he attacked the house. Now Nikov's gonna know.
But if Nicov comes back, it's a blessing, right? MbL built a forward stable, by the way, for scouts. And he'll go right underneath the tower. Yeah, he's committed to this. He just needs a tower at home.
Nikov's going up to Castle Age. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But Nicov hasn't reacted to the archers. What is this? 1 vil.
Oh, no.
2. 3.
Disaster.
It will be 4. It should be 4. It should be 5. Maybe, yeah, 5. Wow, Nicov, just let those units waltz in here. MbL's running in with the villagers. What is this? Nicov doesn't have a wood line, man.
Well, you can't stop him. He has to tower the stone. He has no wood to take whatsoever. MbL's just camping the wood. Nikov's on the way to Castle Age, but what's that gonna get him?
Why is he fighting with Vils? Why is he fighting with Vils there? He's at 30 Vils. Now, we say this a lot, Dave. If anyone can come, if any civ can come back from this situation, it is Slavs.
But look at the tower from MbL about to go down on the... I think he's going to put one on the gold there. No, he doesn't have enough stone.
He doesn't have enough stone yet. Yeah, believe it or not, Nicov is still kind of fine. He's going to this gold, he's going to this lumber. So unnecessary. Nicov had this game locked down.
Yeah.
Well, MbL click up. See, MbL needs to market and he needs to buy res. He's still not in the best situation. What?
He's going all in feudal, though. He's making scouts still.
What? Making scouts and building a stable in the back?
He's not gonna like that. Castle Age.
Well, he probably... had he not killed those villagers, he would GG here. But he knows that he's killed a ton of vills. So he'll continue to try.
He's gonna click up soon, too.
Yeah, he just needs a market, but the stable is peculiar for me. I guess he's sending in scouts to kill the skirms, so he can still be annoying on the gold and the wood. But how is he going to kill the knights?
You know, we keep talking about slab farms, but it's not that many farms for Nicov.
This is true. This is true, but it's not that many archers for MbL. Say goodbye. Yep. And MbL will now click up.
Where are the vills going?
I don't even know why they came in here, man. I think he wanted the tower. Of course, now he gets the stone right when the vills go down. Okay, he attacks with them. They were men. I guess when MbL is in Castle Age, things will be pretty even, at least with the vil counts. But Nicov, because he has this amazing civilization, has been able to hold on, and he's building a second TC. Can MbL hold from 5 knights?
Is he making more spears? Yeah.
Spears and crossbows.
More spearmen.
It was really MbL's eco balance, I think. He didn't have to send the 2 vills in. He could have used the marker earlier to click up.
Wall it up, MbL. Wall it up, quick. Wall it.
Ooh.
Quick wall it. Gate. House. Anything.
Okay. Oh, there's a hole there. Between the houses. The spearmen are on the way. Yeah, okay, he just loses a vil. Yeah, this will be pretty even with the vil counts. Nicov losing his knight to 2 man-at-arms. Oh, nice horse collar time. This explains a lot. What happened today, man? So many pros missing horse collar. Is there a gap for Nicov to hit? I don't see one. He doesn't have bloodlines. There's a few spearmen here for MbL, so I think Nicov has to retreat. And MbL hits Castle Age.
And Bodkin right away. Nicov going elite skirm. MbL just Bodkin for now. Doesn't have the eco for anything else really. Bosa and Bodkin.
Yes, spear and crossbow can kill knights. The scary thing is if your opponent goes knights and skirms, because skirms will kill both your spears and it will kill your archers. 44 vills for both though, man. MbL still has a chance. If he wins this game though, Nicov has got to be very disappointed in himself. Because the game was over. The game was over. He should have at least garrisoned the tower or walled up the tower. He could have also walled behind to not let the units in. I think he got overconfident and never expected MbL to go in like that. And now MbL is going to the right-hand side with his crossbows and his spearmen. I just don't think MbL can do a lot right now. He needs to try and whittle away at Nicov and boom towards the Arbalest and Rams, like you said earlier, Dave.
Yeah, and he's only got 2 archery ranges. Like,
yeah,
gonna be real tough. And Nicov adding a siege workshop now. It's amazing he can make all this army after he lost like 10 villagers going up to Castle Age.
Well, he saves so much wood because you don't need many farmers to keep your TCs running and to create knights and make skirms. It's an incredible civ, and there's the 3rd TC for Nicov. He already has a Slateville lead in castle. And MbL, he did the right thing, and he's running back home. He just needs to defend.
3rd TC for him going down. Still no pikeman upgrade, but he doesn't really have the food for that yet.
Yeah. I think he has to defend with the monastery. It's tough, but he needs to get conversions on the knights that come in.
Ooh, he's looping all the way around on the right-hand side. Maybe he could hit that gold. He went back, and then he's like, nah.
Yeah.
Just gonna go around.
And Nicov fully expects him to be at home right now. He's not expecting that army to go forward. Nicov could get surprised by this again.
Yeah, he's got outposts, but they don't see enough.
So what's MbL making? Just 2 range. Okay, he has spearmen and crossbow, so he's just making that.
Okay.
I mean, MbL will probably struggle against this, but maybe he can get a counter in.
Here we go.
Oh!
All 4 of these bills are dead.
Wow.
All of them.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so will Nicov run back now? Nicov runs back with the knights. This is giving MbL some time. Wow, okay. Well, 6 idle villagers for Nicov after losing that. He's behind in villagers. But the crossbows are going to die. The crossbows are going to die.
Go back to the spears. Bring the spears.
Yeah.
He could take out some knights here. Take out like half that army.
2. If he finds the weak ones. Here come the spears. Pikemen now.
Oh, he might win.
He'll kill 3.
Optimistic.
4.
I'll say.
5. That's a really good fight for MbL. He's still going to struggle at home, but yeah, he could win that fight. Nicov doesn't have many upgrades, man.
But look at his TC on the front there.
Yeah.
Monk out now from Nicov. 2 mangonels. Some skirmishers.
Well, it's a really smart move. A very smart move from MbL to add stable, but it's another smart move from Nicov to make monks. He knows that the only thing that MbL can do to kill these mangonels is send out knights, so he's preparing with the monks. MbL has a slight Vil lead, but his economy is probably less efficient because of repairing the TC. But there's a chance, man. There's a chance. He does have a lot of crossbows and pikemen. He just needs to use them. Unfortunately for him, he'll be fighting uphill.
He lost his crossbows in the back of Nikov's base. Okay, he keeps 3. That's enough to be annoying.
Keeps him alive. He has no access to stone now, though. So he cannot fall back to a castle. He has to fight with pikemen, with knights. And here we go. Chain barding on the way. I think MbL should be a bit more patient. Just wait until chain barding completes. He has 37 military versus 21. He can get his stone back. And he even sees the gold on the left.
If he either debates Nicov into wasting faith on the pikemen or snipes the monks with the crossbows, he could take that fight. It's just all about conversions coming forward into that.
I think he takes the fight regardless. It's just a matter of how much damage Nicov does, right? At least if he fights with all the military he has. He has 3 separate groups in his base. But Nicov, he has so much time now. He's booming up as Slavs. And he'll probably imp faster at this rate, so I guess we'll see.
There's also something in the left corner of the map I think you should look at.
The bird!
It's blessed the game!
The bird is here. This game is going to be fantastic. We see this once a year. The bird is back. last time I saw it was the first time I had my brother on the stream. And here comes MbL immediately after we see the bird. He's microing down the monks. Oh, that's amazing micro. That's amazing micro from MbL. He just runs right past the Mangonels after killing the monks. The Mangonels go down. And MbL, he's pushing this back. Wow, what a fight for him. Well, now what does he do? Nicov is panicking. He's getting chain barding armor. He's building a watchtower on his farms, man. He's building a watchtower on his farms. What?
That's not great. That's not great to see. That's a panic tower.
Yeah.
MbL took a really great fight there. He sniped 4 of the monks and then just kept walking with his crossbows. And Nicov kept trying to target them and just couldn't get a shot. And
Nicov, he ideally would not take this fight right now. He loses another monk. Now keep in mind that Nicov, he has bloodlines, so once chain barding is completed for him, he'll be okay. But I like MbL's position. He has the stronger economy. He's idling more from his opponent. Just a matter of if he can hold till the Imperial Age, and his crossbows are now dying. Yeah, maybe should have backed up a bit. He also has pikes, man. He hasn't been using these pikemen. He could have used them in the fight. Yeah, he's not using them now either. I think he's forgotten about them. They're just sitting there. He has lots of idle military.
He also still has that stable in the back of Nikov's space. He's trying to escape. Nikov's like, nah.
That is pretty funny, actually.
MbL waited. I've been watching it. He waited until he thought Nicov was distracted, and then he started making knights out of it.
T90 official, are we going to question why Dave was looking in the corner of the map for no reason? No, we don't question Dave. There's many reasons why Dave is the best co-caster in the game, but one of those reasons is that he always looks for things like that, because no other co-caster would ever see it. And Dave spotted it. We saw it for the first time 3 years ago. Dave was like, yo, what's that bird in the corner of the map? And then we have seen it maybe half a dozen times since. It's a bug, and every time we see it, the game is great. So here we are.
We once saw a double bird, so there you go.
Yeah. You would have had to have been around a long time to know the bird. A scale mail now for Nicov. And I think he'll consider longswordsmen. Oh no, he's making pikes, okay. But pike and longsword is something that both civilizations could go with. We could see champions long term. MbL pushes in, he'll kill a monk. He's still denying these god-awful farms. And I think we'll see imp for both, man. It's just that Nikov's being pressured. So I know earlier I mentioned going Arbalest, but do you go champion? Or do you still go Arbs and maybe pikes and MbL's shoes?
I think you do go Arbs, because the Slav champions are going to beat your champions.
Yeah, I agree.
You do your thing, and you make him counter you, you know?
Yep. Man, MbL somehow has one more villager. He's evened this game out.
Castle in the front from Nicov here.
Nicov has a lot of his base secured. He has his gold secured. He did end up converting the knight by MbL stable. That is funny. There's golds on the right, Dave, and Nicov sees that. I'm not sure about MbL. MbL also sees that, so things to focus on there for sure. No relics for either player.
I'd like to see MbL use a few knights. He knows the gold and the stone is in the back there. He hit it before from Nicov. Like, loop around with a couple knights to see what he can do back there.
Well, apply the same logic to Nicov. Nicov realizes that he can't be pressured because he has his castle up and he has his pikes, and he moves into MbL's base. And suddenly MbL's on the back foot. Both players halfway to the Imperial Age. My goodness.
40 pikemen just changed direction. Nicov can't fight this. He needs to just try and do as much damage as he can and then run out.
Yep, he runs away with one group. The other group goes in towards the TCs, but MbL sees it. I feel like Nicov could have done more damage there, but MbL tracked him. So Nicov is building up towards his best composition. That would be champions, pikemen, or champions, halbs, and siege. That's what Slavs do best. And it seems as though MbL will go Arbalest, which means he could pack a real strong early punch in the Imperial Age, and he will get this castle up in a nice forward position. The basis for both players is just crawling with military. This is pretty crazy.
Okay, so MbL's got a time frame here to work some magic and try and push Nicov back, because once Nicov gets siege, it's going to be really, really tough for MbL.
Yeah, and I think this time window, or at least entering this time window, MbL will have the lead, for sure. Onager immediately for Nicov, though. So both civs are a bit slower. Onager definitely slows the game down, but it holds, and it gives Nicov time to get to his strong position in the game.
And he's asserting map control on the right-hand side as well. He's going out with the monk to get the relics. He's got knights over there. He's got a TC over there.
That's a big deal.
Spreading out. Yep.
That is a big deal, because that's what MbL would be looking to do right now, as Nicov is on the back foot, but Nicov is making use of the knights. But as I say that, he needs to stop this castle. He needs to stop this castle. Okay, he sees it. There are some arbs there.
It's not enough arbs.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough arbs, and MbL, at least he notices and runs back. He'll send the pikemen over. Okay, he'll probably go back to the castle here in a moment. But nice job from Nicov. Well, MbL just spotted the first Onager, and he killed it next to the siege workshop on the front. And he's going to kill more siege workshops, as he should continue to do. But in one instance, he could lose his whole army, and here's an example of what could happen. Is losing his arbs on the front. It's tough to fight Slavs in this situation.
It's also tough to fight MbL, though, in a late game situation.
Oh, as a player, yeah.
He knows how to hang on and just get the win eventually.
Well, what MbL should probably do now is try and hold his castle as long as possible and then hit from the sides. I guess Nicov will be doing a bit of the same here. Oh my goodness, the knights are just getting chewed up. MbL's trying to make use of them. He sends in his pikemen, but it's pikemen versus halb. MbL's not repairing his castle. He's possibly thinking about Berserk. I see a few in his castle, but I don't think that'll do it for him. And maybe now you shift into infantry for MbL.
I feel like Berserk
could work.
Berserk would do well. Yeah,
Berserk could work. Yeah, they do really well if they were elite, but I don't think MbL has the time for that.
It's expensive too.
Yep.
But look, he's exploring the edges of the map. He's sending some arbalists up north. He's got that castle down on the right, making outposts on the left, and sending units there as well.
Yeah,
he's going to see that gold.
This is what MbL likes to do in late game. Nikov's doing the same thing, though. Like, Dave and I have seen MbL win from these positions a lot, so that's why we're pointing it out. But Nikov's doing the same thing, and he has that one relic in the corner. That would make it 2 for him.
I think MbL wants to go for Berserk. It's just getting there is going to be such an issue with this eco.
Yep. Well, dude, he's killed 2 trebuchets from Nicov, and he's keeping his castle up. And I think if he were to send in his pikemen right now, he could kill all the onagers and trebs. How is he holding this? He just killed another onager. So annoying. So annoying. Look, he has arbs on the left on the woodline. He's TCing that gold. Look at MbL's point of view. He has scouting everywhere. Arbs on the right.
He's so strong when it comes to map control. Just so strong.
And Nicov is packing up his treb, and he's running back from the hill.
What's the unstoppable unit comp? Not fully upgraded pikemen, 2 trebs, and a castle.
Yeah, apparently.
Just absolutely unstoppable.
Well, if they become elite berserks, they can... Well, even regular berserks can kill halberdier and onager. And that's an expensive upgrade. Going for onager is an expensive upgrade. MbL made arbs, but he knew when to stop. And okay, now he needs to deal with the right-hand side. Nicov is switching directions.
Another castle coming down from him in the middle, though, right near the shop from Nicov. So he's gonna, even if he loses this one, he'll have 3 castles he can produce berserks
And he's
from.
going back to this hill to treb again, repairing one, and then building another one, and going for the treb war. I think he will send in the berserk soon. He has quite a few with the pikemen. He'll wait for the elite upgrade. He's very close to the elite upgrade.
I think it's like 1,200 food and like 600 gold or something.
Yeah, it's expensive. Gold. It's expensive, so obviously if it doesn't work, he could be in trouble. Sends the pikemen in first. Doesn't really need these anymore, right? There's the elite berserk upgrade. He kills a trebuchet. He'll go for the onagers. Okay, and he loses his castle.
He lost it when conscription was at 97% too.
Well, the thing
So
is,
he didn't end up getting that.
Nicov is in a really nice position to raid. He's focused so much on the front. He's a 200 pop. I think Nicov needs to get his champions in front.
Well, look at the right corner as well. He's got 3 stables. It's cute, man. It's like a little AI town.
It's good, man. It's good. He just needs pop space, really. He has 150 vills. He's really boomed. He knows this will go late, so he wants to bank as many resources as possible.
MbL, you gotta save those castles, man. That's your production building now.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't go in for the fight. I feel like he could have done that, but perhaps he wants to push Nikov's castle and run right into Nikov's economy. And this is as Nicov is researching man-at-arms. Nicov sees the berserks now. But, yeah, MbL needs to save his castles. He can't lose these. He'll be down to 2 in a second. 200 population, though, for MbL. Full upgrades on these.
Definitely gonna kill this castle. Definitely gonna kill this castle. And that halberdier army not gonna do too much.
For me, I think MbL needs to send some berserks towards the onagers. Here he comes. He splits away from the onagers. Yeah, he'll kill everything here. He'll just lose some trebs. Wow. That fight was so good. I guess Nicov doesn't need the halberdiers anymore, though, so he's waiting for champion. But MbL needs to hit the eco from Nicov. I think he needs to send a few berserks into the eco. Treat it like you would Nikov's light cav. And there goes Nikov's light cav right into MbL's woodline. Dave, look at MbL's resources. He has resources to make these.
Yep. Oh, he's taking that gold, right? Up at the top left. He also needs to get the relics in. Nicov actually denying the relic in the right corner.
Yeah.
But there's 2 more on the left that MbL should grab eventually. But he's taking down this castle.
Nicov is going to lose his castle. I just don't see how he can stop the berserks.
Does he not have Drazina yet? Either?
No, Drazina's too expensive. He doesn't have it.
That's his last castle, and he doesn't have the most important infantry tech.
A champion is in, but I think Nicov is falling apart now. There's Zerks in the back of his eco. There's Arbs to the left of his eco, where he's building another desperate castle. It's 80 military to 30. Nicov doesn't have enough to deal with this. Meanwhile, MbL, while he doesn't have the relics, he has plenty of gold, and his castles are queued up with berserks.
At the back of Nikov's eco. Oh, that's ugly.
That's so bad. Just watch his vill count now. It's going to plummet. It was at 150. It's now 120.
He's all over MbL's base too, but MbL can deal.
Yeah.
MbL can deal with the light cav. Nicov has nothing for the berserks.
Are you kidding me? MbL was dead this game. He was dead, but he gambled. He ran forward with his army. And he did, what, he killed 7 villagers? He did a ton of damage. And that evened out the game. And then he delayed it to late game. And now it's 100 villagers for Nicov and 120 population.
What does Nicov do? MbL spread out everywhere. Like, you can't raid underneath castles. You can't raid underneath fully garrisoned TCs.
He can't do anything. The truth is he can't do anything. He needs 60 population. And that would make it 80 for him. And still he would be worse off because he doesn't have Drazina champs. You can't stop the berserks. And MbL has not collected a single relic. He doesn't care.
Is he going to castle again?
I think he will castle on the left, yeah. Nikov's just dead. Nicov should say GG, good luck. It's over for him, man. And there we go. He says, well played. MbL calls the GG. And MbL moves on out of round 2. And he will face Leary in round 3. Are you kidding me, man? This was a mix of a throw from Nicov, but also excellent play from MbL to hold on and come back.
When Nicov had like 10 knights and MbL had like 10 crossbows.
Yeah.
I feel like Nicov just he didn't commit. He should have committed in MbL's base, but instead he kind of waited around and MbL hit him from the side and just distracted him, and it gave MbL enough time to get rolling.
Yeah, and it is incredible what MbL was able to do. He didn't take the relics. He just waited, was patient enough. He kept his castle alive for a long time, Treb Ward for a bit, And then once he got to Elite Berserk, pushed it home. In the Imperial Age, I think that the start for Nicov was good because he saw Arbalest and he defended from that. But I think he needed to switch to champions earlier because it's much easier for him to switch to champions than it is for MbL to switch to Berserks. And he was only going with Halberdier and Onager when we had the eco, man. He had 150 vil eco. He just didn't switch in time.
And of course, that play by MbL to go into Nikov's space with the archers. Really, really, if he didn't do that, it would have been so GG. Like, look at where this game went, even when he killed 10 of Nikov's villagers.
Yeah, there were two instances, right? The first instance was in Feudal Age. That one had to happen, otherwise he was dead. The other instance was when he was in Castle Age. They were level on Vils, but Nicov had a ton of knights. Nicov was about to come forward, but MbL went forward. And not only did he kill those Vils, but because he brought the pikemen with him, and then Nicov didn't have many upgrades, MbL took a favorable engagement there. Well, you and I both thought 3-1 MbL, and a lot of people were rooting for MbL, and you'll have to root for MbL now against Leary in the quarterfinal. 337 kills for MbL. He had more gold, but he was behind in food and wood. Tons of stone in that game. Great scouting for him, 93% scouting. And overall, just a great best of 5. There were a few shaky moments, but I don't think anyone in the Age of Empires 2 community is surprised to see MbL in the quarters. So, let's look at the brackets. Bracket, of course, is not updated for MbL yet, but this is what the quarterfinals look like. Of course, obvious spoilers. If you haven't seen the previous sets, I will be doing a rebroadcast of the previous sets here in a bit, but Viper will face Tato, Lix will face Yo, Leary will face MbL, and then Fat Dragon will face Yinghua.
Okay, so there's one person in this list that is a definite upset. Like, I would not have bet on Yinghua being in the semis, that's for sure.
Dude.
Or the quarters or whatever it is.
You know what's really interesting? The first quarter is Secret. Second quarter is SY.
Yeah, and then AM.
Then Aftermath, and then Frantic.
Yep.
Wait, is Yinghua in Frantic, or is he in SY? I think he's SY.
I thought he was in SY, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, it is interesting. Yeah, 3 Chinese players are in the quarterfinals. I will say that Vivi I didn't see the games versus Riot, but he hasn't had a huge challenger yet. Same with Viper, right? Yo, he played Slam, who's definitely a top 12, top 10 player, so that was a big challenge. But for me, I think I'd like to see Viper and Fat Dragon play against some stronger opponents, and they'll certainly have that.